everyone. Welcome back. Literally, welcome back to another episode of, well, you know what it is. You're tuning in. This is your wake-up call. And let me tell you right now, God, is it great to be back. Not going to lie, missed all of you. All right, it's only 3 of you, but I missed all of you. And I want you to know I got some exciting plans for this podcast. I'm going to help you with 3 things over and over and over again. I'm going to help you with your physical health. I'm going to help you with your mental health. I'm going to help you with your emotional health. And I'm really, I can't tell you how excited I am to do that. There's so many things going on, right? Locally, nationally, globally. And I think sometimes we lose track of what's important. And I know one of the podcasts I'll be doing with all of you is how you get a chance to be in the top 1%. Today, however, man, am I fired up about this one. Today is part 1 of a 10-parter. And this is one you're going to want to pay really close attention to. These 10 suggestions that I'm going to make to you will change your life. Now, whether you choose to bring these suggestions into your life, well, that's up to you. But that's why this is called the wake-up call. And in case you forgot, or maybe this is your first time tuning in, or you're like, where the heck is Dr. Jeff? We haven't heard from him in a while. I am Dr. Jeff LaCure, and it is great to be back. We're closing out March. It's sunny. It's officially spring. All the sunshine just makes us feel a little optimistic, a little hopeful. That's what I'm going to bring to you today. So, without any more long-windedness, and you know I can do it, let me outline for you your 10 steps to healing, health, and happiness. Let me load those up for you. Look, I got new readers for you. That's how fired up I am to be with you. So here are Dr. Jeff's 10 keys to healing, health, and happiness. And this will be part 1 today, but I want to outline what all 10 will be. So for the next 10 weeks, you get to look forward to this. Or you could keep playing Candy Crush and Wordle on your phone, which I'm going to tell you right now, other than distraction, isn't going to help you get healthy, isn't going to help you get stronger, isn't going to help you become part of the 1%. So here's what we're going to look at today, and I'll get to it in a moment. 1 is using food as medicine. That's going to be today's information for you. Using food as medicine. Next week, we're going to take a look at how critical it is that you lift weights, that you get to the gym, minimum 5 days a week. That's going to be part 2, week 2. And I will tell you right now, week 10, which I'll talk about in a moment, but I'll bring it up now, is about stop making excuses. So already some of you, well, no sense watching week 2 because I don't have time to get to the gym. Wrong. So week 2 will be getting your butt to the gym at least 5 times a week. But I'll tell you right now, even if you go 1 time a week, you're ahead of the game. I hope everyone loves number 3. Find your soulmate. He or she is out there. Now, for some of you, you've hit the jackpot and you're already in a relationship with somebody that is your soulmate, that is your notebook. And if you haven't watched that movie, make sure that's your bonus week, week 11, because the notebook will definitely outline for you what it means to have someone in your life who is your soulmate. But I will tell you, and again, today just a little preview, you have your soulmate in your life, life's real good, real good. Let's look at week number 4. Walk and talk with your soulmate at least 3 times per week. Again, I'll outline what that means in week 4, but I want you to walk and talk with your soulmate at least 3 to 4 times a week. Hold his hand, hold her hand, have a great conversation. Week number 5. Oh, this one I should charge for, but it's free. Make out with your soulmate at least 3 times a week. Now, if you're not making out with your soulmate any time a week, once or twice a week will suffice. 3 times a week. You got to do it. The scientific benefits, it has been researched over and over again that if you make out with your soulmate 3 times a week, your emotional, physical, and mental health is really, really strong. Or again, spend a lot of time on your phone. Scroll through TikTok, look at your social media, see how good that makes you feel. Tune into CNN, MSNBC, tune into Fox, see how good that'll make you feel. Number 6, hug your soulmate tightly every single day. Don't give them a bro hug, don't give them a rapper's hug, hey, right? Give them a meaningful hug. Get in there. Every single day. Every single day. Let's take a look at week 7. Oh, by the way, for week 7, I'm giving you all in advance, you're welcome, at least 3 nights a week. Notice I said at least 3 nights a week. You got to have uninterrupted, non-distracted pillow talk with your soulmate. Shut the TVs off. Please shut your phone off. Please take your phone out of your bedroom, right? Lock it up in the basement somewhere. Store it in the attic. Put some nice soft lighting on and have pillow talk with your soulmate 3 times a week. 8. Ooh, this one's a little edgy. Remove all unhealthy people from your day-to-day experience. Get rid of people who drain your soul instead of feeding your soul. That's going to be week number 8. Get rid of them. And by the way, I'm not into cancel culture. Man, that's such a joke, right? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about truly letting people go who no longer just bring value and emotional depth and connection. I'm not talking about let people go that you love just because you have different political views. Don't be silly. Seriously, don't be silly. But if somebody is draining your soul, they never text. They never reach out. When you talk to them, they're always negative. They're always a victim. They don't care about how you're doing. If it's not feeding your soul, let them go. Week number 9. Find what you're passionate about, what gives you joy, and then do it. That's week 9. Find what you're passionate about, find out what gives you joy, and then you got to do it. Y'all have some passions out there. I know you do. I know you do. You know what? In a funky kind of way, sitting here in front of you guys weekly, I'm passionate about it. It does give me joy. I do enjoy it. I do hope there's a soul out there that I'm privileged and blessed to touch every now and then. And week 10, I don't even need to go to my phone because I got this one remembered. Stop making excuses. Excuse makers do not have great joy and happiness in their life. Excuse makers don't have wonderfully strong mental, emotional, and physical health. See, part of this 10-week guide is for you to have the opportunity to become the top 1%. Now, I'm not talking you're going to be the next billionaire. But I could tell you a lot of billionaires are not just in the top 1% because of the financial happiness they have. They're in the top 1% because they figured it out. guess what? I'm going to help you figure it out. Really, really thrilled to be back and thrilled to bring you this 10-part series. Let's look at week 1. I want you to start to use food as medicine. Now again, I have to put a little disclaimer in there. While I am a doctor, I'm not a medical doctor. I am a clinical social worker. I am a marriage and family counselor. I am a shrink. But I don't prescribe. I don't do heart surgery. I'm not an MD. I'm not a dietitian. I am, however, a really, really informed man. And by the way, just so you know, not only am I an informed man, I'm not a hypocrite. Don't think for a moment that I don't personally follow the Dr. Jeff plan, the 10 steps to health, happiness, and healing. I practice them every day, every single day, every single day. Not always well, doesn't mean I don't get down, but I practice it. And I practice using food as medicine. Now let me be clear. I'm not saying to follow some funky fad, it's the hip trend diet, because typically, I don't know about those. Honestly, I just don't. And the research keeps changing. I'm not talking about that you can't go out and have pizza sometimes, go to a fast food restaurant sometimes. As a matter of fact, you should. You should pick a couple of your foods, that you just feel you love. Me, I love ice cream. I love a good donut. Oh my God, I get emotional just thinking about a good pancake, especially a doughy pancake. Give me anything chocolate, give me anything lemony. Man, I'm a fired up man. But see, if I ate like that every day, I would look like I ate like that every day. Go ahead, here comes the hate. Here comes the hate. See, I don't look like I eat like that because I don't eat like that. And there's going to be an excuse maker watching me right now going, oh, it's easy for you to say. No, it's not. No, it's not. I'm in the top 1% because I live my life like the top 1%. And I try to use food as medicine. Here's something, and the data shows it. Talk with your physicians. Talk with healthcare professionals. But I tell you what, not this past winter, which thank you God is finally over. See you bye winter. But the previous winter, I ended up getting sick twice for like a week or so at a time. And I never get sick. And the second time I got sick, man, it just lingered. Lightheaded, vertigo. I'd go to the gym. And man, it just, oh man. Notice I said I was still going to the gym. No, don't make excuses. And the only real lifestyle change I have made since the winter of 23 into 2024, the only dietary change I have made is adding honey to my diet every single day. Unrefined, raw, pure honey. Unpasteurized, raw, pure honey. Usually twice a day. I put it in my Fage, not a sponsor, should be, Greek yogurt every morning with a little bit of beet powder. Nothing says, hey, I'm nasty like beetroot powder, but really healthy for you. And cinnamon, really healthy for you. And I put that honey in there and I mix that bad boy up, and there it is. And then after my workout, I tend to have a high protein, low glycemic, either pancake or French toast or a waffle. And guess what I put on it? Honey. And I'm telling you, I haven't had a sniffle since the winter 23-24. Not one. We're looking at about 14, 15 months since I've had anything. And that's my only dietary change. You got to figure out what works for you. I don't know if honey is going to work for you, but I'm telling you, it's the only dietary change I've made. And we know honey is a wonderful antioxidant. It's great for your immune system. It seems to be working really well for my immune system. And I'm going to tell you, the last 8 months have been like some of the most stressful 8 months I've experienced in the past 30 years, bar none. I should have had colds, flus, viruses, nothing. Nothing. And I think a big reason is I continue to use food as medicine. I enjoy my food. I'll tell you right now. Now, you do what you want, but I'll tell you, every morning I have pure Greek yogurt with as much fat as it comes with, because I don't want it processed. I want it in the natural state. If you get a 0% fat yogurt, it has been processed to get the fat out. I'm encouraging you, keep the fat in. Fat is not a 4-letter word. I have my Greek yogurt. I have carrot juice that has turmeric, ginger, and lemon in it. Let me tell you, folks, that's an acquired taste, but the health benefits of it are amazing. And then this one I think might be a little controversial, because some of the research is suggesting that raw oatmeal, I'm not talking about Quaker, not a sponsor, not knocking them, cool company, but you know the little packets you get have 14 grams of sugar. I'm going to tell you right now, that's not a great way to start your day. But I frequently will have raw oats, and I'll put a little cinnamon in it, sometimes a little honey, again, just for taste. Or I'll get some of the packets when I'm feeling lazy that are greatly reduced sugar. And it's such interesting conflicting research out there. Some science says oats are great for you. Some science say oats aren't great for you. I'm saying I've had really good success on oats. I feel like I've been able overall to keep my body fat relatively down. I feel like I've been able to keep, especially at my age, you know it, I'm not telling you, I might tell you during week 10, but for my age, the amount of muscle mass I'm able to keep on, but that's my breakfast. Every single day, unless I'm on vacation or something else. It's a routine, it's healthy, it's nutritious, it gets my day started. I want you, as I talk about using food for medicine, you got to figure out what works well, what your body's not allergic to, what your body processes well, what your body may digest well. You don't want to obviously be eating things that your body gives you digestive issues and so on, right? You got to experiment with it. But you know inherently and instinctually what foods are healthy. And I want you to eat them. I want you to enjoy them. I'll get back to a list of foods that I think should be on everyone's list. And again, I want you to experiment it and figure out what works well for you. What I am finding, and I think a lot of the research is highlighting this, is clearly as a country we overeat. And I think what we're learning now is that since our immune system is a strong, look, notice I'm right here? This is where our immune system is located, right? It's sort of been called our second brain. Here it is, and here's our stomach, sort of our second brain. What we're learning now is that at night when we're sleeping, our digestive system needs to relax. It needs to take a little break. It needs to have a little siesta. It needs to have a little nap. Why would you ever order a takeout pizza, pound it down, have a couple of drinks, and then go to sleep, and your digestive system goes, hey, jerk, thank you. Thanks for doing that. Imagine if you had to go to work on an hour's sleep. How productive would you be? Well, that's what your digestive system is doing. So my recommendation, again, you can talk with your healthcare professionals and you figure out what works best for you. I really think you should try to have your last meal 6, 7 o'clock at night. And if you're going to bed at 8, much sooner. Much sooner. And I want you to understand where the word breakfast comes from. Break fast. Right? That's really what it is in the morning you are breaking the natural fast that you should have been on overnight. You have let your digestive system, your immune system relax, sleep, recover. Breakfast, break the fast. Now, a lot of people are reporting, a lot of influencers. I love that word. I'm an influencer. What do you do for a job? I'm a social network influencer. How pretentious can we be to say we're an influencer? I'm not trying to influence you. I'm not an influencer. I'm just throwing out some words of wisdom. I don't even know what you would call it. Words of wisdom. But I'm not trying to influence you. Nah, who am I kidding? I'm trying to influence you. But I'm not going to put myself out there as a YouTuber or a social media influencer. Man, I love that, man. How pretentious. I guess I am trying to influence you to be a lot more healthy. But I want you to really, really consider how you eat, what you eat, why you eat, and then take advantage of those opportunities to cheat. And I don't mean cheat in the traditional way. I mean really, just you got to enjoy something that isn't overly healthy. But instead of having 10 Big Macs, enjoy the hell out of one, right? Instead of eating the whole pizza, enjoy a couple of slices. Like, just enjoy it. Instead of eating the whole package of Oreos, and you know who you are, I'm not body shaming you, but you know who you are. You're better than that. Have a couple, but enjoy them. And please don't stop eating fat-free foods, fat-free Oreos. I want you to eat, if Oreo was smart, made by Nabisco, not a sponsor, I'd be okay if you sponsored me, because at some point, hey, I'd be okay with it. I want you to have the new Nabisco Oreo, which is, it's called the soon to have a stroke Oreo. Now, obviously, I hope you hear my sarcasm. I want you to enjoy a full fat, full processed food, full chemicals, all the extra sugar, and enjoy a couple, but not the whole package. Which leads me to my next point. Yes, you got to be mindful about sugar. You just do. You got to be mindful about it. It's everywhere. You really got to be mindful about processed food, over-processed food. And you know what? We live in the coolest country. Look at this. We live in the coolest country, yet we're one of the most unhealthy countries in the world. If I remember right, and I'll try to verify it, and I'll follow it up in week 2, I think we're 37th in health. 37th of industrialized countries. That's embarrassing, right? And if you look at, breakfast cereals, which aren't good for you by and large. You look at sodas, which aren't good for you at all. And you look at what they're made with in Europe, and then you look at what they're made with here. It's crazy. And Europe has outlawed a lot of the chemicals, preservatives, and so on, and dyes that we just routinely in this country put into our bodies. You got to stop doing it. You really, I'm begging you, you have got to look at the nutrition labels. You got to do it. And you got to, I'm telling you, if you pull out something and you read the ingredients, and 60% of the ingredients you can't even read because it feels like it's in a foreign language, put that back on the shelf. If it's got more than 3 or 4 ingredients, it's over-processed. It just is, right? All these chemicals in our food. Stop doing it. And shame on our food industry. Shame on our food industry. Type 2 diabetes is off the chart, and our food industry created food addicts. It just created food addicts. We have one of the most obese countries in the world. In the world. And it's partially because we are weak of spirit, of mind, and of temperament. And the other reason is because we were just fed, no pun intended, a lie. And we were told, you're eating healthy food. It is so over-processed. So many chemicals. I mean, just walk up and down the aisles and just pick up stuff randomly and read it. And you're going to see all the chemicals and the additives and the preservatives Don't put that garbage in your body. Don't do it. And our government, God love them, they just lied about the food pyramid and said eat a lot of carbs. By the way, some carbs are really good for us, and we need carbohydrates. But they lied to us and said eat a bunch of carbs. And that's what we did. And we got fat, we got lazy, we got unmotivated, and we got type 2 diabetes, which is just now off the charts epidemic. You need healthy fats. Eat an avocado. Dudes, you got to eat walnuts. Ladies, have some walnuts. So good for you. Such healthy fats. Enjoy them. Eat a sweet potato. Wonderful carbohydrates. Great nutrition. You know, there's a lot of funky supplements out there now. And now I'm reading, I'm sure you have, that a lot of our protein powders are dangerous because there's cadmium and other chemicals that lead that we shouldn't be putting in our bodies. Make sure you read it very, 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 very carefully. Make sure it's pure. But I'll tell you, here's some supplements you should all take, because remember, you have to do all 10 of these. If you skip any of these steps, you reduce the likelihood of healing, health, and happiness. Creatine, one of the most scientifically studied supplements out there, appears to be really safe, really great, good for our mind, good for our soul, good for muscle recovery, good for strength. I don't believe you need a multivitamin, particularly if you eat well. I think ginger, turmeric are all good spices that you should have in your life. Cinnamon, again, there's a lot of cinnamon that has harmful chemicals and lead in it. Make sure it's pure. Honey, I've already talked about, right? But I don't think you need a whole lot of other supplements. I do believe a really good whey isolate protein shake, one that you don't even need to blend. You can put it in a glass and stir it. That's how pure it is. Can be really healthy for you. Again, any of the stuff you get at Walmart, I want you to look, any of that pre-boxed stuff, it's got 1 million chemicals in it. Oh yeah, you got 30 grams of maybe decent protein, but at what cost? The colors, artificial flavorings. Natural flavorings aren't what you think they are. They were created in a laboratory, right? So if there's an ingredient in your food that says artificially flavored, throw it out. If it says naturally flavored, throw it out. And really research. Again, years ago, weren't we told, man, eggs are really bad for you. Cholesterol's killing us. Now we know, for most of the population, if you're not allergic to them, a pure organic egg, right, where the chicken hasn't been fed all the crap and chemicals, can be really healthy for you and can be one of the purest proteins we ingest. And yes, you should eat the yolk. Yes, cholesterol is good for you. Yes, cholesterol is good for our brain health. Yes, cholesterol is good for our cognitive health. Yes, cholesterol helps the body heal. Speaking of using food as a medicine, what a bunch of nonsense we got out there with those Zembic. Seriously. You lazy sons of guns out there. I'm going to take a shot, right, get diarrhea, and I'm going to lose 20 pounds. Yeah, that's real good for you. Eat healthy. Eat healthy. Use food for what it was intended for health. Use it as medicine. Use it for your body, your mind, and your spirit. Understand that the word diet is misused in this country all the time. Diet isn't a reduction of calories. Diet is what we consume. And I want you to consume healthy foods. I want you to consume lean proteins. I don't want you to be afraid of lean red meat. As a matter of fact, a lot of studies are suggesting, particularly grass-fed beef, right, with organics, with no chemicals, no GMO nonsense, is really healthy for us, right? If you're going to eat bread, guess what? Most of you don't even know what bread's good for you, but right now, pure sourdough bread, the fermentation in it is great. You know what? There should be 3 ingredients in your bread. Go look at the over-the-counter, right? over-the-counter breads that you see in any grocery store and read the ingredients. Enriched wheat flour. They've stripped it all, and then they enriched it with vitamins. It's crap. Look at the yogurts that you're out there consuming. I'm in the grocery store the other day. Why? Because I don't have a social life. I'm in the grocery store the other day, and a mom, and I'm not, mom shaming. Dads do it too, but I am parent shaming. And she's like, her son, is in the carriage. Get out and walk. He's not even, dude was like 5 years old. Get out and walk. Get your steps in. But no, she's just pushing him around because it's easy. It's like, Billy, what kind of yogurt do you want? And they picked Chobani with all the crap on the bottom. Do you know how many grams of crap sugar is in there? 14 to 16 grams of sugar. Just pure garbage sugar. And yet we are medicating kids now for type 2 diabetes. We are medicating kids for this dramatic increase in ADHD. We are medicating kids for obesity when it is a direct result of lifestyle. So as I wrap, parents, stop putting poison in your children's body. You got to stop. And to the adults in which this episode is really specifically directed to, and I love you because I want you to be the top 1%. You got to eat well. Yes, cheat. Yes, go to Krispy Kreme. Get a lemon-filled donut. Look, I'm getting tingly just thinking about a lemon-filled donut. Thank God I'm sitting down. I hope they don't edit that out. That's a beautiful thing. But if you eat a lemon-filled Krispy Kreme every day, you look like it, you feel like it, your brain slows down. I want you to use food as a medicine. I want you to put the medicine away. Stop going to the doctor. I'm going to tell you, your inflamed joints will go away if you use food as medicine. If you stop eating foods that inflame the body, preservatives, artificial flavors and colorings, simple carbs that have just been over-processed, all the garbage, right? Garbage in, garbage out. Eat clean. Try to eat clean. Stay hydrated. Stop drinking out of plastic containers. Shame on you, whoever regulates our food industry. You knew you were putting microscopic plastics in our body. You knew it was a toxin to our brain, and yet you still put it in. And shame on you, pharmaceutical company. Shame on you, food companies, for making us sick so then we would use your product. Your product doesn't cure us. Your product allows us to maintain maybe. I'm telling you, if you eat right and follow my 10-step plan, you're not going to have high blood pressure. If you follow my 10-step plan, you're not going to have erectile dysfunction. If you follow my 10-step plan, you're not going to suffer long-term depression. If you follow my 10-step plan, watch how less anxious you feel every single day. So as we wrap up episode 1 of Dr. Jeff's 10 suggestions to healing, health, and happiness, remember step 1. Watch this again. Share it with your obese mom and dad. They still got great years left. Change your life. Change what you put in. Use food as medicine. Become the 1%. Become healthy. Become happy. Heal your soul. And guess what? I'll be riding shotgun with you every step of the way. This has been Dr. Jeff LaCure. This is your wake-up call. I'll see you next week.